Hello, lords and ladies. Private York here, back from the front. It's crazy out there. Might get a bit crazy in here too, because I'm back with some more Wrath of the Righteous. With me laying down the law. Valerian. Now, this is my stream game, but we've got a bit of a slowdown on the internet here today, it seems. Or at least right now. So I'm doing this as a recording instead. That'll happen sometimes, because I live in a rural place in America, and the internet is sometimes really, really good. And sometimes might as well not exist. Right, well, we rescued this guy over here. Storyteller. We'll see what he's got to say for himself. Blind Elf looks better than he did in your last encounter. His clothes are clean and his pale face has some colour. The elf turns to you and listens closely. Is that you, my saviour? I recognise your footsteps. Determined footsteps befitting a determined person. Allow me to thank you again for saving me. Please accept this humble gift as a token of my appreciation. Storyteller's ring. Well, thank you. The elf hands you a small black ring with 2 scarlet runes on it. Erebeth has explained why you were looking for me. I warned the authorities of Canabres that the local wardstone had been desecrated. They waved off my warning and paid for their inaction. I have examined many wardstones, but only in the one guarding Canabres did I sense a flaw, a spot of corruption inside, a vulnerability the demons will surely use. They are able to spread the blight inside the wardstone, corrupt it, and make it their weapon. It frightens me to think what it will be capable of. Wardstone must be destroyed. Who are you, and why did you let you examine the wardstone? The elf smiled faintly. I am the storyteller, just an old elf, and a bit more. I am old, even for an elf. I have seen many things, and been to many places. Not so long ago I witnessed the making of a young kingdom in the stolen lands, led by a remarkable and promising individual. My advice on the complicated matter of conquering these lands proved useful to that leader. This is not uncommon for me. Some think my advice or services and I don't refuse. This is how I acquired my reputation as an old vagrant who never hurt anyone, stayed out of other squabbles, but sometimes gave good advice. I had a few friends in the Ocean who vouched for my integrity. That is why my humble request to be allowed to see the wardstones was granted. I visited all of them, but only found cause for concern in Canabris one. Do you wield some magical power, some instinct? Storyteller chuckles. Yes, to an extent, but it's more of a gift. I can see the past, stories that have happened. I touch an object and threads of its owner's memories are revealed to my mind, their emotions, passions, and tragedies. I see visions like I am them, and their stories happen to me. This is my power. I've been roaming the world, gathering such stories for many thousands of years. One day, I will gather them all. What blight is concealed in the wardstone? I don't have an answer for your question. To understand the nature of this blight, we need to understand how the wardstone was created, and it is hidden from me. Only guess. Have you heard of the Red Morning Massacre? A dreadful morning remembered with fear, even by those not yet born at the time. A demoness called Minago invaded the city with a crowd of her followers and started to do what demons do best, kill and desecrate. They say they covered the wardstone with pieces of dead bodies. Ew. Splashed it with blood from top to bottom. Yeah, typical demon behaviour. Could such an abomination darken the radiance of the gift of Eomade herself? The locals think it impossible, but who knows? It was not the last attack. Many demon leaders brought their unholy forces here. Even... Hang on. Let me just check something here. Desktop audio wasn't working. Alright, well, there you go. Now it's demon hands and etc, etc. Okay, so the demons got it. Why did you travel to the Wardstones? I tried to see their stories. The visions I had when I took to Wardstones were unclear. I saw hundreds, maybe thousands of different stories at the same time. They followed each other like flashes of lightning. It was impossible to separate them. I couldn't understand where one of them ended and the next began. I've heard you, storyteller. In that case, you must make every effort to destroy the corruption. Unfortunately, I don't know where to get an instrument powerful enough to banish it from the war stone. As far as I know, there is nothing like it in Canabres. Demons might have something. I heard the dying roar of Tarendlev, the silver dragon, protector of the city. At the same time, I felt a wave of unfamiliar power sweep over me from head to toe. I would advise you to go to where Tarendlev perished and search there for something. I'm sorry, I can't be more specific. But intuition and a strange sense of rightness tell me that to point you there. Can I help you at all? The storyteller nods gratefully. I appreciate your offer. I have reason to believe that somewhere in Canabres is a manuscript, authored by an elf from Kionin, who witnessed Earthfall. The storyteller's voice suddenly breaks and he stops for a moment. For personal reasons, I would like to examine it. But no matter how hard I try, I have failed to find it. Even in the Blackwing Library, I only found a mention that the manuscript exists, and is held somewhere in the city. I assume it's stored at the Great Garrison. They wouldn't let me into the archive when I visited. All those crusaders were nervous about this strange blind elf interested in their secrets. It's understandable. The crusade naturally made them a little paranoid. But now the Great Garrison has fallen into enemy hands. I'd be grateful if I could see the manuscript. I want to know more about you. The old elf permits himself a faint smile. I'm not surprised. A strange, peculiar-looking elf with unusual powers who comes from afar and calls himself a collector of stories. Such things usually spark some interest. I will answer your questions. Where are you? Who are you and where are you from? Before I would have said I'm a blacksmith from Kionin, who lost his sight and then found his true calling in his new craft. That of a storyteller. But I have lately begun to suspect these words are no more than a lie. The old elf chuckled sadly. It's quite the irony. I never thought I'd have cause to complain about my memory. It holds the stories of the entire world, but I've noticed more and more alarming signs recently. I encounter ancient stories and see myself in them. I don't remember those events, but stories cannot lie. So it means that my memory is lying, and I intend to get to the bottom of it. I'm looking for proof that my visions are truth, and for the reason why my past has been hidden from me. They look ancient. I thought elves didn't get old. The blind man straightened his bony back with dignity. As you can see, we do if we manage to live for many thousands of years. There may not be a single mortal in this world older than me. Storyteller sighs and continues with a sad smile. Anyway, it's not about time. It's about the stories I keep inside. There is so much suffering and sadness in the world. And in my stories too. I've lived every one of them. I've drunk this bitter experience and accepted it into my heart. It's hard. The weight of all this suffering on my shoulders. But I wouldn't trade my burden for any other. Where did you get your strange powers then? The storyteller shrugs. I've always got along well with things. I used to be a blacksmith, that I know for sure. I've always felt the essence of things, their spirit. But as long as I can remember, I've always been able to feel the traces of memories and feelings left on things by former owners. I don't know where this gift come from. Maybe having taken my sight, the gods granted me another sense. Why did you come to the world wound? Searching the truth about my real past has brought me here. I saw myself in other stories. In them, I was called the Elf in the Tower. Now I'm looking for this tower, my tower, everywhere. I've been to many places. I've visited islands and deserts, but I haven't found it. There are very few uncharted territories on my map. The world wound is one of them. How do you collect stories? The same way a court philanderer collects his conquests. The way a healer has a personal cemetery of patients he failed to save. The way every person, including you, has a box of secret, most precious experiences deep down in their soul that no one is allowed to touch. The world is not made of things or even matter. It's made of stories. They move from the past to the future, piercing our world at the point of here and now. They give meaning to everything. They are the meaning, and everything else is only the setting required for the stories to exist. There is nothing more real and alive than a story. Anything alive and real can die and be destroyed, distorted, forgotten. But as long as I carry these stories with me, they will not be lost. This is why I don't often share my stories. By sharing one with you, I give you the right to tell it to others, to distort and embellish it, advertently or inadvertently. How can I be sure you will keep its original purity? You can't, but here's the thing. If you die, it's all gone, isn't it? Stories travel from one person to another. They change, become distorted, turn into tall tales. This is why I keep my stories to myself. No more questions. Don't really need to ask about the Blackwing. I have to go. Let's talk to this strange person that we met. Boy, I am pleased with you. I asked you to bring me to safety, and that's exactly what you did. Indeed, having a follower to aid me is most efficient and frankly pleasing. With you on hand, I shall conquer new horizons, plumb the depths of knowledge hitherto unknown, and scale the dizzying heights of future discoveries. Then you'll stop to catch your breath. What I mean is, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude. I foresee immense potential in our future cooperation. What is it? What exactly do you mean by future cooperation? Hand in hand, we will unravel the great mysteries inaccessible to the minds of ordinary people. Just imagine it, I leading the way, proudly staring into the face of the gods themselves, and you, my loyal follower, walking behind me every step of the way, writing down my deepest thoughts, admiring the profundity of my intellect. You always express your delight so stupidly, never mind effusively. What? Who are you? Minnie stares at you for a while, bewilderment in her eyes, but then it is replaced by recognition. Oh yes, my new follower. But what am I supposed to do? Oh yes, I must provide some verbal encouragement for your as yet modest achievement, and try to induce you to strive for more such encouragement. That is the principle that underpins any training. He frowns, but only for an instant. Ah, I see. Your modest nature was unsettled by the overabundance of my gratitude. I do apologize for putting you in such an awkward position. I will never praise you again, unless I forget. Are you seeing someone about this head of yours? Because it seems to be stuck up your bottom. But let's get back to the business at hand. Your new assignment will be to take me to the inconspicuous ruins that are located in an even more inconspicuous valley, lying between Canabres and Dresden, as soon as is reasonably practicable. I'll mark the place on your map with a large red cloth, and you won't forget it. What's so special about the ruins? I'm glad you asked. This is my hypothesis, my secret project, and I won't pass up the opportunity to share it with you. But it's not very secret then, is it? Because you are my most loyal follower. You're telling me in the middle of a bloody pub. And you are worthy of possessing such knowledge. Ineo rubs her nose. And also, because you are the first person to ever ask me about it. Yeah, because nobody cares. Some time ago, I was walking around the border of the world when I met a strange person. He was wearing a frayed grey robe and his face was hidden behind an odd white mask. Of course, I didn't miss the opportunity to ask him about the reasons for his absurd appearance. And do you know what he said to me? He said, I am the answer, but what is the question? Then he walked off in the direction of the world wound. The next day, after I had already forgotten about the first encounter, I had another similar encounter. This time I met an elven woman, judging by the pointy ears sticking out from behind the mask. I am the answer, but what is the question, she said before taking off the world wound. And then I realised everything became clear to me. I know a mystery when I see one. That's not clear, that just means it. Never mind. Consider this one of my myriad talents. Ninio rubs the tip of her nose. After all these guys weren't simply on the way to a costume party, were they? After examining several maps, I determined that they were all headed in one direction. To a place not far from Canabres, a place which is marked as Nameless Ruins, even on ancient Arcorian maps. That's where I need to go. Unravelling the secret of that place would be my greatest discovery. It will secure my place in history, or perhaps even in legend. What do you expect to find? I don't care how you found out, I just want to know what you think is going to be there. I haven't the slightest idea. If I knew what was hidden there, I wouldn't be so eager to go. They're not very far from Canabres, these ruins, are they? You could just go yourself. Why do you need me? Inio's eyes seem ready to pop out of their socket in surprise. Don't you see? This is a legendary secret place. Who knows what may happen to me after I lift the veil and uncover the workings of the universe? My mortal body may not be able to contain all that knowledge, or perhaps I will ascend and become equal to the gods themselves. I need to write down everything that happened. I need you to write down everything that happened and report my fate to the interested parties in Absalom. And don't forget to praise me as I deserve while you're there. You know, they could just be ruins. Inigo shrugs. In that case, we'll write this experiment up as a failure and start another one. Don't know which experiment. I'll try next. Oh, whatever. Well, now you know, so off we go. Inigo frowns. Did I just make a rhyme? Perhaps I've discovered a poetic talent in myself. Let's conduct an experiment, quickly. Say any word, and I'll try to find a rhyme for it. Science. That's when thinkers make alliance. Intellectual defiance. Not the best rhymes, don't you think? Not the best anything coming from you so far. You sound like an idiot. While this experiment was unclear, we learned that I have no poetic talent after all. In your size. But it's no reason to despair. Having a gift of poetry in addition to my inexhaustible intelligence would have been a little too much. Besides, I'm catastrophically busy, and have no time to spend on writing poetry. Alright, then I gotta go. I mean, you kind of... I'm feeling my intellect crumble every time I talk to you, Ninio. These are the ones that are complete. Burn Family Secret, Spies in our Mid. Burning City. Allies for the attack on the Great Garrison. Waiting for that. That's when we'll leave this area. Find Sealer's friend. Now I want to go here for a start. Enemies.
Can we retreat already?
Cultists will get that. More enemies.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
Can't hide from me.
I heed the voice of the spirits.
Ooh, Lonnie.
I am helpful. And
Turn that trap off.
one for me. So this is how it feels.
It's all your fault.
Okay, so that's that.
Keep your calm.
I found
I see a trap.
something.
Well, at least it missed. I'd like to walk straight onto it like that, but there you go.
Time to practice my combat abilities.
This will leave a bruise.
So this is how it feels.
Well, he's dead. That's not good. I'm going to load that bit again. No. No, we'll take the result. We won't like it, but we'll take it. Looks like we've got to go back to the pub and find a way to bring him back to life. So that's going to be the next trip, I guess, this time. And then a quick rest. Well, for now, let's go this way.
The heartbeat quickens. This cannot be happening.
This is unexpected.
I'll just
Did you see that?
don't worry about me.
Not for injuries, I know that. What's that? Unbending armour. Max Dex 5. Use 4. We'll take it. Marginally better than what we
There
had.
are many roads to success. I will guide.
Now, we're just meant to scout this out for now. Nabris burns, the city that should never have fallen. Fate shows no mercy. Darkness and malevolent rage hide behind many masks, but I see them for what they are. I see them in you. I hear the echo of menacing footsteps. I feel the heart of ancient cursed rage. Old enemy, you shall not escape so easily. Servants of the abyss, you entered the house of memory with evil in your soul. Soon you will be put to memory. You. Well, you didn't last long, did you? Nothing but a memory indeed. Wherever you are, keep quiet. There's a horde of enemies just beyond this door. Come over here and see. We drop the excess. Be quiet and watch. This is the best part. Get it together, idiots. No more looting. You're all to sit tight here and wait for the order to attack the defender's hearts. The last bastion of the Crusader resistance will flatten them and claim our victory. Into the abyss with all Crusaders and the defender's heart. Kill us. The city is ours already. Now it's time to enjoy the spoil. Split up into groups quickly. I'll tell you where to go and what to bring back. Jackson, you idiot, go back to Baphomet. He must be missing his lapdog. Everyone here will be following my orders. I'm in charge. Who won't submit to you, you dirty Descarite? Keep out of this, Kilos, or I'll curse all your extremities to wither and drop off. Ooh. Everyone listen to me. What we're going to do is give her a fight, Paxton, when you've got one. Ooh. Had enough, Worm. I'm in charge here. Kilos is the strongest. No looting. Only slaughter. Well, we're going to sit here and wait for the command to attack. Defender's heart will fall.
I'd stay away from there right now. The tower is the main stronghold of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth and their allies. Going up against that many of them would be suicide.
Yeah, possibly.
Better idea. If the demons and their mortal agents were better organized, the Crusaders would have been crushed long before now. But they're always trying to spread in every direction. Right now, in every corner of the city, there are demons like Kylus who are trying to consolidate their forces to launch a joint attack on the Defender's heart.
Right, well, I'm going. Let's go tell her the best. We might be able to come back here later and do something about them. Right now, I don't think. Right now, what we mostly need to do is get back there, tell her the best what's going on, and get Walgy. Well, we didn't sneak past this lot.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Oh yeah. $11.28. Oh, I was going to say we're not overloaded. No, we're completely exhausted. That's why. Oh, Yorkie's carrying something. Am I? Well, there you go. think we looked at all of these when we were in the library, didn't we? But just to make sure. Alright, so we're going to use that. We'll have a word with Vasily. Need name. Then we need to go sleep. Actually, no, we don't. We need to talk to her first. Demons plan on attacking the defender's heart very soon. Thanks for the warning. We knew it would happen. We didn't expect it so soon. The demons are highly chaotic and disorganized. Someone must be going to great lengths to gather them in a horde. Yes, they are. Their best drums are fingers on a chain. My scouts were in the city still haven't reported any movement of demon hordes. When the site is safe, at least for now, I'll send a message to you when the situation changes. Right, now we need to have a quick rest.
I don't know how I lived without beer up till now. Beer alone was worth coming up to the surface for.
And you still haven't tried good wine.
I don't like their missing level, but there's not much I can do about it.
The time for words has passed!
It's all your fault.
Done with you.
I will guide.
1001. Here we go.
They will against our resolve.
There we are.
Focus on the goal.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
It's all your fault.
No mercy for the
Got him.
wicked.
Watch out for trouble.
They will break against our resolve.
Oh, we got another fight here. What else? Alright. Here, punched up next to you, is clutching a small but deep puncture wound. That appeared and is quite unremarkable, or quite remarkable. Her skin is blacker than any good undies, her teeth are fanged, and her hair is as grey as a crone's. Her crimson eyes glare at you with a gleam of malice. Are you looking at soldier like what you see? This health may have fallen victim to some wicked magic curse, maybe. Or did the long service of force of darkness twist her appearance in a gruesome way? Who are you? Giving you a scrutinizing look, she says hastily, "There's no point in you knowing, soldier. Trust me, the answer would only bring you misfortune, and it still wouldn't be of any use to you. No wanderer, you won't ever meet again. Who wounded you?" It is bothered with a rather sharp smile. "Haven't you noticed? The city is burning. There's a battle going on. I was wounded by a cultist." Ask believable. "I can heal you." "Don't. Alright, as you wish. What's with your appearance? A demon's handiwork. Some shrieking spawn flew across the sky, raining corruption down upon us. I was caught in the attack. It's fine, it'll go away soon." "Alright, then I got to go. My gut tells me it's time I was leaving too. It's dangerous to stay here. Farewell, soldier."
What's that there?
Keep your calm.
What's going on here?
We'll make this quick. She won't feel a thing.
I don't know. Can we really do this?
Do what?
Listen, we don't have a choice. There are
You leave
demons
her
everywhere.
alone.
What else would you have us do?
A group of knights surrounds a young elven girl. She's dressed in rags that barely cover the hideous scars on her body. The beggar girl is on her knees, watching placidly as people argue hastily around her. It is as if she doesn't sense the looming threat at all. A black crow flies in agitated circles above her head.
In Iomede's name, we're sorry, girl, but it is our duty. We have to do this, not for our own sake, but for the sake of everyone who can still be saved from the demons. If we don't win this battle, you won't have long to live anyway.
The knight brings his sword above the girl's head.
They're insane.
Looks that way.
Got to do something.
I understand. You're scared. You feel powerless. You think this will help. You don't have to justify yourselves to me. Just do what you've decided to do.
They're gonna kill you! The girl smiles serenely as though she isn't at risk of imminent death. What's going on? The knight's hands are shaking.
Our weapons barely scratch the demon's hides. We're sacrificing this girl to Iomade so we can consecrate our weapons with her innocent blood and gain the power to destroy the spawn of the abyss.
Did you mix Iomade up with some other goddess?
It's extreme, but we have no other choice. We have to defend this city somehow, or else we'll all perish, including her.
Need your weapons and step away from her, or else.
Whoa, whoa, no need for that.
Right, slowly backs away from the girl.
Please, don't fight. All of you are good people, defenders of the city. Please don't hurt them. They just made a mistake.
They made a mistake. You were telling them to go ahead and do it, you daft bugger. The knights look at each other and take off running.
They're gone, and they all lived. I was sure that someone would die today. So many people have died here already. But we are still alive for some reason. Strange, isn't
The
it?
way you were carrying on, it's strange you're alive.
But you shouldn't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a silly girl, really.
I don't think you're an ordinary girl, and that crow you have there, it's not ordinary either, is it?
No, don't be silly. I'm very ordinary. Well, I know different types of
Quickly.
tricks, but Soot taught me those.
Oh,
Now Soot here, she truly is unusual. She's clever and she can talk, but only to me.
those she's a familiar.
She teaches me magic tricks and lots of other stuff. I don't know what I'd do without her.
Magic tricks, you say? You could prove useful in fighting the demons, and I'll be able to protect you from insane soldiers on the streets. Come with me.
I must have misheard. This girl? Join our party? What could we possibly want with this dirty little beggar?
Yeah, you can go away.
Sure. Let's go.
One thing, she ain't lost a leg.
This war must end.
Yes.
Well, where are we going? Here? Looks like there's a fight waiting up there,
I won't let you hurt my friends.
and it looks like we're in the middle of a fight now.
It's all your fault.
I'm all right.
Ah, yeah, you look like you're injured to me. There we are.
There are many roads to success. My expertise prevails.
Yes. Oxen. Yes. Oxen. Yes. A bright future awaits us.
$70 now.
Guide.
Right, let's get back to the bridge and see what we can do across it.
They choose to stand against me.
Bugs! yeah.
We'll make things right.
Yes. Yes.
Watch out for trouble.
I will fight.
The
More
light
books.
take you.
And I hear something going ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Over here. Day 22, months Herodos 8. Year 4715. The demon invasion transformed all of Cannabis into one great battlefield, but nowhere in the city suffered as much as this square. This place saw a clash of titans. My Lord Descari leading his hordes of the abyss, and the dragon Terendelev, the mightiest of the city's defenders, and first of all. The scene of destruction leaves no doubt as to the battle's outcome. A skilled scout could recreate the course of the battle moment by moment simply by looking at the ruins. From the chimneys torn down by powerful wings in a sharp dive, the bloody tracks left behind when the demon dragged away the noble reptile's broken body. But it is no hypothetical scout gazing upon the ruins, it is Yorkie, and he is on. The shadow of a strange, barely perceptible presence lingers over the place, like a gaze untethered from any observer. This mysterious force, unknown to mortal kind, silently assesses, judges, and seeks a better way. In an instant, Yorkie is vested with this power, and looks at the world with its eyes. The past, present, and future stand before him as a unified whole, an unmoving, multifaceted crystal that would be beautiful were it not for the fractures, blemishes, and flecks marring its surface. What past does he see? In the past exists the one who wielded the gaze in life, although the one and life are in opposite terms for eons, the supernatural embodiments of cosmic balance. Rather than who or what, a better word for these entities is how. This eon appeared from outside this world, from the great beyond, to put an end to the intermingling of the planes and destroy the world wound. The chasm disrupted the order of the multiverse. Alas, the visitor from beyond proved too weak for the battle that came to fight. He even failed to finish casting the spell that would have sent Descari back to the abyss. With one swing of his scythe, the demon lord cut down the Aeon. What present does he see? Ruins, blood, corpses. None of this perturbs the Aeon's dispassionate gaze. The living are alive, the dead will be judged by Pharasma. All is as it should be. But the demons circling the sky or prowling through the streets create a jarring juxtaposition, like splashes of blood-red ink on a restrained pencil sketch. They should not be here. World of mortals. Mortals. The demons placed in the demon world. How sublime the world would be if everything knew its place. But even the demons aren't as abhorrent as a sharp-edged, unassuming crystal languishing in the dirt among the bricks and smashed cobblestones. No mortal would notice it, but to the Aeon's eyes, its mere existence is an outrage against the universal laws. If the Aeon still existed, they would not stop until the crystal was unmade. But the Aeon is gone, and only their gaze remains. Yorkie picks the crystal up out of the dirt and stores it in his pocket. He is mortal, which means he has the power to decide what to do with it. What future does he see? Good and evil, chaos and order. Everything is in its rightful place in the multiverse and is no longer trespassing where it does not belong. Nothing is disrupting the smooth and steady current of the river of souls, from life to death and back to life again. The reality, rid of its flaws, is now perfect, and the eons withdraw to eternally admire its beauty, which will never be threatened again. After allowing the hero to view the world through their eyes, the little that remained of the destroyed Aeon is, killed even an appropriate term here, for an entity that's so removed from life and death as we understand them, used up its last vestiges of energy. Now they are ready to disperse into nothingness, unless somebody decides to preserve the Eon within themselves. Will the hero take on this power, so that he may again look at the world through another's eyes? Will he allow it to vanish? Retain it! The spirit of the Eon dwells out of sight deep in Yorkie's soul, like a pair of magical spectacles, stowed away until the moment when the hero once again needs to look at the world through another's eyes. Midnight Bolt. 5:35. I'm going to go back this way. What's that? My beloved brother! I admire your deal, of course, but would you not agree to hardly the time to be standing guard over a hole that no one will ever emerge from? Or perhaps you're concerned that someone will decide to go for a nighttime stroll and will accidentally fall into it. But foresight is laudable. But do you really need so many soldiers for such a task? Can't your warriors be put to better use, for instance, fighting demons or clearing rubble, while the people trapped beneath it might still be alive? The face of the golden-curled Asimir is beautiful, even by the standards of his kind, in whose veins run the blood of angels. His melodious voice sounds cheerful, but bitter reproach simmers in his gaze. Don't you dare call me brother, heretic. Just the signs of recent hard fighting are obvious in this stern old man. His armour is dented and covered in blood, and its unnatural pallor suggests something more dangerous than wounds inflicted by claws and fangs. Nevertheless, his gaze is stony and his voice, accustomed to barking orders, is harsh and clipped. How dare you accuse me of doing nothing to protect the city, especially now when followers of your temple were caught committing treason? To my mind, you are no different than the demon worshippers, those miscreants, those beasts that are digging under the city walls. Everyone knows, my dear prelates, that in your zealous pursuit of order in the city, you have long since forgotten how to tell friend from foe, and good from evil. That is why, with my adepts, whose act of treason was a genuine attempt to save the city, and yet again, I am forced to repeat myself. While we are wasting time on pointless quarrels, people are dying under the rubble of our city. People whom we could have saved if you had only set your soldiers to the task, and not kept them here surrounding a useless and utterly harmless hole in the ground. Harmless? Well, if it's on your say-so, that must mean there's someone down there. Your associates, no doubt. And they're just waiting for us to abandon our post before they slink out and try again to... The old man notices your approach. And you, I remember you. You appeared in my city. Your city, huh? The day the demons attacked and Terendlev died. What are you doing here? Answer at once, or I'll have you strung up by your ankles before you know it. Don't think that the demons have wounded me. I still have enough strength to take on 100 of your sort. And what's this hideous creature? Oldham peers at Lan with suspicion. Lan, at your service. The mongrel ducked his head in a bow. My forebears fought in the First Crusade. I've lived in Canabris my whole life. Why, you haven't seen me before? It must be because you don't ever venture into our underground district. We have been meaning to complain to the city authorities that our paving stones have been in need of repair for a long time. First Crusade, so you're a mongrel. You obviously know human speech. Surprisingly well, in fact. Alright, let's be off with you. The prelate looks at you. If you cause any trouble, I shall hold you responsible. Come think of it, you still haven't told me who you are. I'm a crusader. I'm fighting to liberate Canabres from the demons. A crusader, you say? I'll be looking into that. You obviously don't know to whom you're talking. I'm the one who decides who's a crusader and who's a traitor in the city. Ulrun Chapok, prelate of Canabres, by the grace of Her Majesty. Yeah. Sure. You're an idiot is what you are, Ulrun. As we can see, you've done a sterling job protecting the city. The golden-curled Asimir flashes a plaintive smile. I'm Ramian of Edme, prior of the Temple of Desna, which, alas, currently lies in ruins. Wise Huldron here believes it is vital to guard this hole in the ground from which He is certain demons will emerge at any moment. I've been trying to convince him that he has far more urgent matters to deal with. For instance, rescuing those currently dying under the rubble. You know what? There may in fact be one matter that is more important than guarding this hall. I've put it off and look where it's led us. I should have had you hung from the gates back when you dared defend your gang of delinquent demon worshippers. Or collaborators. If the Sarkorians had hanged the Rilu Vorlesh while they had the chance, there never even would have been a war. I won't repeat their mistake. I won't hesitate any longer. Soldiers, seize this scum. Well, let's see. Reason. These are frightening times, but threatening to hang someone without a trial, that is unworthy of a servant of Amadei. The old man fixed his eyes on Seela. Lest you forget, girl, we may save the Sun Goddess, but you are not an Inquisitor. Don't question why I choose to serve Amadei. I won't question yours. Behold, Inquisitor, I bear a gift of an angel who died beneath caves in the caves below Canabres. I'm no enemy of yours. The old man frowned and whispered something, a prayer or a spell. With each word his face relaxes. You are indeed telling the truth. The light in your hand was wrought by the power of heaven. I will keep an open mind with regard to you, stranger. And later, under less fractious circumstances, I would like to ask how you came. I'll ask you about how you came to this gift. But that can wait. Don't lay a finger on him. Put your bloody sword away, you old fool. That's to me. Datimir holds up his hands, indicating gesture. Stop! You're the defenders of what remains of Canabres. Can't you think of anything better to do than beat each other's throats in the ruins of the city? Damien looks at the prelate. You're a fool, Hulrun. You're a zealot and a murderer, but you're a fool first and foremost. I told you that the ward stone was weakened. You wouldn't listen. I warned you that the city was going to be attacked. You shooed me away. The truth is that my young adepts were trying to save the world stone, and you stopped them. Of course, those truly responsible for this tragedy are the demons. You've done nothing to prevent it. And now you'd rather kill an innocent person and perish yourself than admit you were wrong, as always. With the wave of his hand, the Aasimar vanishes. Well, he's done a runner. He fled, the heretic. He's no doubt expecting me to rush off in pursuit. But that won't work on me. Run turns his attention to you. What about you? You truly have been marked out for a gift from heaven. This is your chance to save the city. Go and bring back that filthy traitor. I'm almost certain that he and his cronies were helping the demons. Almost certain, huh? Either knowingly or unknowingly. The attempt to bewitch the Wardstone is clear proof. Damien must be captured. Where can I find him? I don't think I should capture him, but I'd like to hear more of his side. How should I know? The weasel can't have gone far. He turned invisible. He's probably hunkered down in some hole like the traitorous rat he is. He'll be sitting trembling and waiting until he's dragged out there. With a prelate after you, that seems the only sensible thing to do. It's what I'd do. Lots of things seem so unsensible to you. And it works too. As you can see, I'm still alive. Alright, let's get out of here, folks. Go on then, if you have to. Ember peers intently at Fulrun. I remember you. When Father and I arrived in the city, you met us. What is this gibberish? As if I have nothing better to do than arrange meetings with vagrants. But it's true. You and the other knights tied us up to stakes and started lighting the bomb. Father died. And then one of your knights changed his mind and pulled me from the flames. But then he died too. Don't you remember? You were burned and it was with good reason. Yeah, because you're a psychopath. So. You say some traitor helped you escape from the fire? That is a crime in itself. Which means you have been evading justice all these years. If it weren't for the invasion, I would review your case and see that your sentence is finally fulfilled. You're lucky that we have more important matters to deal with right now. He didn't look like the way he does now, all wrinkled and grey. He was young with a big moustache. Ember smiled broadly, and draws a large butty moustache in the air with a finger. He probably forgot all about me, a long time ago. But I do want to say one thing, I'm not cross with him. She's got some serious smooth brain thinking going on, hasn't she? Let's go, Ember. Let's ignore this idiot. I don't know how this is going to go. It could go bad.
You've crossed the wrong mark.
I'm sure they mean us no harm, right?
Close move. No, not bad at all.
Is that a trap? It might be a trap.
D98, level 4. What's going on here? Watch it, watch it. What are you goons doing? You'll bloody crush me. Young tiefling lies trapped in the collapsed section of the tunnel. Another 2 tieflings scramble around, trying in vain to free him from the rubble. Quit whining. Hey, alarm, someone's coming. Maybe he'll help us. Wise up, would you? Before you get us killed. Make a run for it while we still can. Oh, come on, don't leave me. I'll die here. Hey, guys. You're in a bit of a jam. Get a load of this lot. And no escort either. Well, chips, you little shit. And well, you're not dead yet. And who's that with you? The friends. Mine, great guys. Oldriv turns to you and out of the corner of his mouth says, listen, do me a solid. Help them drag this sorry carcass free. Alright, why not? You easily clear the rubble and free the trapped tiefling. Phew, I'm alive. All in one piece, give or take. Thank you. I'll remember your kindness for the rest of my life. The tiefling turns to his companions. And you two clowns. I don't want to hear a word out of you. Get into the tunnel now. One trip just to the Grey Garrison and back. Don't be a coward. It's not going to collapse. So, what else? We came all this way for nothing? That ended well, didn't it? Not now. Talk later. The tiefling eyes you and elbows his chatty companion in the ribs, causing him to double over in pain. Sounds very suspicious to me. Come clean, who are you? All right. Don't hurt us. People call us the tieflings. Yeah, like what do you fear? We kind of skirt around the edges of the law. That's how we make our living. So some tyrant banned books that show stuff he don't like, or fancy corn wine he don't drink. Is it wrong that we step in to fulfill the gap in the market? If there's a demand for it, someone's got to sell it. Don't go thinking we're gangsters or anything. Our only concern is making the lives of citizens easy. No, it's making money, let's be honest. People in the city can't even breathe without breaking some stupid regulation or restriction. Take this tunnel that collapsed on top of our friend, for instance. It leads straight to the Grey Garrison. Thanks to it, any soldier whose throat feels dry or who's needing some nighttime reading can get all that from us. We're providing a public service. I helped you, now you can help me. I'm Commander Tirabade to save Canabres. The militia needs people with various skills, even one such as yours. You what? Are you blind or something? The tiefling points at his horns and tail. Know what people call us? A real loose spawn. And that's one of the nicer nicknames. Yeah, I've got horns myself, mate. Crusaders and tieflings don't mix. Well, I am a crusader and a tiefling, so there you go. Whoa, Tirabade, you're the best Tirabade from the Eagle Watch, lads. We have to help her. He's one of the only big shots in this town that can actually treat us with any decency. Why did we risk our necks for Crusaders? Because Iribes risked her neck for ours. He saved me from that creep Hulrum, yanked me straight out of the torture chamber. Only a worthless Torah would refuse to help her out after that. Nah, I'm not listening to any more of this. The tiefling makes a show of covering his ears. You do what you want, I'm heading for the River Kingdoms. Go on then. I'm going with the Crusaders. And I'm going to round up the others to help. Tiefling smirks. We've made some good money in the city. It'd be a shame to surrender our meal ticket to the demons. But enough yammering, so long. We got more friends. And we got a level. I'm going to get the hair familiar. Are you little paladin lady? Anne. I'm going to go and become a druid. Rapier, in fact. You are my little lapdog, so you can be you can have a dog. I think some stealth. Oh. A random birthday. My brown fur aren't mute a friend. There's endurance and full strength. It was all. Got alignment.
So he's
Ember.
restless. I wonder why.
Ember, so you can have evil eye. And then give me some web. You've got demon plague.
We will win this war.
Failed. Alright, well I'm nursing a bad headache here, so I'm going to go to bed. And we'll join this next time. Bye now.